So first of all, Stephen Piercy from RATT, glad you could join me on the phone tonight, man.
Thank you.
And I'd like to ask you this. Where is the current tour taking you? Or is it just the United States, or are you going abroad?
Right now, it's just been the U.S. this year. We've been out for probably a few months. And like I mentioned earlier, I have this new record coming out, so we'll be touring that before it's actually out around January. Having a great time. Matter of fact, it was great last night in Detroit. Kid Rock came out and jammed with us.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Now, what did Kid Rock do with you guys? Did he sing on some of your tunes?
No, we actually did Sweet Home Alabama.
Perfect.
In a very heavy way, and he's a trooper. I'll tell you, we were very surprised.
Yeah, Kid Rock rocks.
Yeah.
Hey, question for you. You said you got a new CD coming out.
Yeah, Social Intercourse.
Social. What a great title.
Thanks.
Now, is that your first solo effort?
It's my real first solo record. I've produced it, wrote most of the, matter of fact, all the material. It comes out on my label late January or sometime February, and we'll have CDs out there if people really want to check it out before it's released, which is kind of a cool thing special thing we're trying to do,
I gotcha. I was going to ask you this too, man. How do the crowds at a RATT show differ from the crowds like back in the 80s?
Oh, they really don't, actually.
Now, I saw you guys back in 1983 at a little club in Chicago called Broadway Jacks.
I remember.
Yeah, and I partied with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
So it's kind of cool
too. That was the EP days there.
What's that?
We'll be playing songs from that year, 83, the EP.
Well, I remember that gig not only because I got to party with you guys, but because when I got to the club, you guys had not arrived yet, and they thought we were the band.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I tried to take advantage of that, but you guys got there too fast.
I was just going to tell you, take advantage of the situation.
Do you get out and party with your fans like you used to?
If it's not like sleeting and snowing and raining and torrential pour down, and of course we'll get out there and take some photos and some pictures. But sometimes you just can't. Sometimes I have to leave like right away.
Exactly. And I've got to ask you this too, man. Do you guys still have the same amount of chicks throwing themselves at you as you did in back in the 80s?
Nothing changes.
That's good.
It's just a matter of I'm married now, but it doesn't mean there's still sharks out there working it.
What kind of now? I know you're married, but what kind of chicks does Stephen Piercy find himself attracted to?
Oh God, I don't know. Thank God they're not the nuts.
Now, how did your tour with Vince Neil go last summer?
That was great. Actually, we had a lot of fun, and Vixen characters were great.
So will you be hooking up with any other big name bands on this tour?
Right now, we're just headlining it, doing our own thing, and just letting people know that we're going to be coming back out with a new record, new music, and just having a good time, Yeah,
it's great to hear from you. I want to know this from you because it's interesting to find out what people listen to. Are there any new bands on today's music scene that you dig?
I like all the new bands. Matter of fact, I'm putting together sometime next year a RATT tribute record, and the bands actually involved are guys like Saliva and I actually got a call from some guy, the lead singer from Slipknot, who's interested in it's going to be that kind of those kind of groups.
Dude, that would be so interesting to have Slipknot doing a RATT song.
Yeah, and actually, if I'm correct, I believe the lead singer wanted to do "Lay It Down" or something.
Wow, good song. Yeah, I appreciate you calling in tonight, man.
I appreciate it, and everybody should, this goes out tonight. Come down.
What time does the show start tonight, Stephen?
We go on probably about 11 o'clock.
Okay, is there an opening act?
Yes, there is. So get there at about 8:30 or 9.
Yeah, a lot of people calling about the show, a lot of girls.
Well, that's great. We like that.
Yeah, I imagine you would.
We like anybody who wants to hang out and party,
All right, man. Have a great gig tonight, man.
I appreciate it.
Hey.
And I'll get you that single, Derek.
Yeah, get nice and sweaty.
Thanks.